Summary of Sonnet 130, My Mistress' Eyes Are Nothing Like the Sun, by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare's Sonnet 130, My Mistress' Eyes Are Nothing Like the Sun, is a witty and subversive commentary on the conventions of traditional love poetry. In many love sonnets of the Renaissance, poets often exaggerated the beauty of their beloveds, comparing them to divine and natural elements such as the sun, roses, or snow. Shakespeare, however, rejects these hyperbolic comparisons, presenting his mistress as a real, tangible woman, flawed yet deeply loved. The poem is written in the traditional Shakespearean sonnet form, consisting of 14 lines divided into 3 quatrains and a concluding rhymed couplet. The rhyme scheme follows ABABCDCDEFEFGG, a hallmark of Shakespearean sonnets. The rhythm is predominantly iambic pentameter, meaning each line has 10 syllables with alternating unstressed and stressed beats. For example, the line "I grant I never saw a goddess go" adheres to this pattern, creating a steady and formal cadence. However, Shakespeare occasionally disrupts this rhythm subtly to emphasize certain words or ideas, drawing attention to his mockery of poetic conventions. The first quatrain immediately challenges the clichés of poetic beauty by stating that the mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun and that her lips and breasts do not possess the idealized colors of coral or snow. The second quatrain continues this realistic portrayal, noting that her cheeks lack the rosy hues often attributed to beautiful women and even suggesting that her breath is less fragrant than perfumes. These observations may seem unflattering, but they are deliberately honest, stripping away the artificiality of poetic exaggeration. The third quatrain acknowledges her humanity further by admitting that her voice, while pleasing, does not rival music in beauty, and that she walks upon the ground rather than gliding like a goddess. These realistic details reinforce Shakespeare's commitment to portraying his mistress as a mortal woman, grounded in reality. The couplet provides a shift in tone, revealing the poem's deeper meaning. Despite rejecting the exaggerated comparisons of traditional poetry, Shakespeare affirms that his love is as rare as any love described through false metaphors. This declaration elevates his mistress by valuing authenticity and emotional connection over superficial praise. Thematically, Sonnet 130 critiques the idealization of women in Renaissance poetry and celebrates the beauty of imperfection. It emphasizes the sincerity of love that does not rely on false flattery. Shakespeare's humor and irony are evident throughout, as he mocks both the unrealistic standards of beauty and the poets who perpetuate them. In terms of structure, the poem's progression through its 3 quatrains allows Shakespeare to build his argument step by step, dismantling conventional poetic imagery. The concluding couplet serves as a resolution, providing a heartfelt conclusion that underscores the depth of his love. The sonnet's rhythm and structure mirror the balance between critique and affection, blending formal poetic techniques with a refreshingly honest tone. This interplay between form and content is a testament to Shakespeare's mastery of the sonnet form.
Line-by-line explanation of Sonnet 130, My Mistress' Eyes Are Nothing Like the Sun, by William Shakespeare.
Line 1. My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. The speaker begins by declaring that his mistress's eyes do not resemble the brightness or radiance of the sun. This opening line sets the tone for the poem as a rejection of the exaggerated comparisons often used in love poetry. Shakespeare is emphasizing honesty and realism rather than indulging in flowery or idealized descriptions of his lover. Line 2. Coral is far more red than her lips red. Here, the speaker notes that the color of coral is much redder than his mistress's lips. By refusing to describe her lips as unnaturally vibrant or perfect, he continues his critique of conventional poetic exaggeration. Instead of glorifying her with unrealistic imagery, he appreciates her natural appearance. Line 3. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun. Shakespeare contrasts the pure whiteness of snow with the dun, a dull grayish-brown, color of his mistress's skin. This line challenges the Renaissance ideal of fair, alabaster skin as a standard of beauty. The speaker instead portrays her complexion truthfully, implying that her natural beauty doesn't need to conform to societal expectations. Line 4. If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. If poetic tradition likens hair to fine, golden wires, the speaker says, his mistress's hair would instead be black wires. This line humorously rejects the comparison of hair to delicate gold strands, showcasing her dark, coarse, or simply natural hair. Shakespeare's honesty here highlights the theme of accepting and loving someone for who they truly are. Line 5. I have seen roses damasked, red and white. The speaker mentions roses that are damasked, or mixed with red and white hues, often used in poetry to describe a lover's rosy complexion. By introducing this common imagery, Shakespeare prepares to subvert it in the next line. Line 6. But no such roses see I in her cheeks. He states plainly that he sees no such roses in his mistress's cheeks. Her complexion lacks the idealized blush of the poetic standard, but the speaker doesn't see this as a flaw. This line reinforces the poem's commitment to truthful representation rather than exaggerated romanticism. Line 7. And in some perfumes is there more delight. Shakespeare acknowledges that perfumes are more delightful and pleasing to the senses. He is honest about his mistress's natural human scent, rather than falsely attributing to her an otherworldly fragrance. Line 8. Then in the breath that from my mistress reeks. The speaker humorously admits that his mistress's breath is less delightful than perfume, using the word reeks to contrast her naturalness with artificial poetic comparisons. This adds a playful and self-aware tone to the poem, emphasizing that love is not dependent on perfection. Line 9. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know. The speaker expresses his enjoyment of hearing his mistress talk but acknowledges that her voice is not exceptional or melodious. This continues the theme of realism and sincere affection without the need for exaggeration. Line 10. That music hath a far more pleasing sound. He admits that music is more pleasing to the ear than her voice. This honest observation does not diminish his love, instead, it reinforces his commitment to appreciating her as she truly is, imperfections included. Line 11. I grant I never saw a goddess go. The speaker concedes that he has never seen a goddess walk or move. This line emphasizes the divide between reality and the mythical comparisons often used in poetry. He rejects the notion of elevating his mistress to divine status. Line 12. My mistress, when she walks, treads on the ground. Unlike goddesses who might glide or float in an ethereal manner, his mistress walks on the ground like any mortal. This grounded description of her physical presence underscores her humanity and normality, which the speaker finds endearing and relatable. Line 13. And yet, by heaven, I think my love is rare. In the concluding couplet, the speaker declares that his love for his mistress is as unique and precious as any love described through exaggerated, false comparisons. This line reveals the depth of his feelings, showing that authenticity is more valuable than artificial idealization. Line 14. As any she belied with false compare. The speaker concludes that his love is as genuine as any love adorned with false flattery. By rejecting unrealistic comparisons, Shakespeare affirms that true love is based on honesty and acceptance rather than superficial perfection. This line encapsulates the poem's central theme: real beauty and love are found in authenticity, not idealization.
About the poet. William Shakespeare was born on April 23, 1564, in Stratford-upon-Avon, England. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest playwrights and poets in the English language. Shakespeare's body of work includes 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and 2 long narrative poems. His plays, such as Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, and Othello, are celebrated for their exploration of complex human emotions, universal themes, and masterful use of language. He was also a brilliant innovator, contributing significantly to the development of drama, including both tragedy and comedy. Shakespeare's works have been translated into numerous languages and are performed around the world, making him one of the most influential literary figures in history. He was part of the London theatre scene and co-owned the Globe Theatre. He died on April 23, 1616, leaving behind a timeless legacy that continues to inspire and shape literature today.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.